Welcome back to another episode of TV Time, What's on the Shelf, where today I get to stand up again finally, and we're going to take a look at the items on this shelf here and go through them, see what I've got. Let's get into it. So hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of this. Where basically, we have a look at the titles that I've got on physical media, the TV series, all that sort of a thing. Now, I love TV. I love my TV series on physical media. They're not going anywhere. They'd never go anywhere from the collection. Least of all because, well, a lot of them are quite hard to get a hold of now because TV shows don't have that many print-ins. You don't get many reprints of stuff, and stuff becomes quite hard to get a hold of. And I have a lot of great memories of a lot of these TV series. Yes, true, I don't watch them often. That's very true. The amount of time it takes to, say, get through an entire series of Star Trek or Buffy the Vampire Slayer, 7 seasons, that sort of thing. It's a huge chunk of time, and that's unfortunate. But maybe one day we'll get there. But yeah, so like I said, we're going to begin on this shelf here. Now, there might be a couple of bits that we've seen already if I've moved things onto a shelf from somewhere else, but we'll just deal with that. Let's get on with this one. So I've got to be careful because it goes behind this case here, so I'm going to have to put them down elsewhere to get to them. So let's move my Violator out of the way. That's a McFarlane Toys Violator figure. Violator is Spawn's nemesis. That's a really chunky figure. I'm telling you, if I threw that at someone, at their head, that's going to cause some damage. There's some considerable weight to him. Great figure though, great figure. Just some loose discs there kicking around. Get them out of the way and let us begin. So we're going to start here. So first up we have Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles on Blu-ray, season 1 and season 2. Now Sarah Connor, the Sarah Connor Chronicles Terminator TV series, it's actually really damn good. It's a very good series. Lena Headey, who you'd know from Game of Thrones, she's in it. Summer Glow from Firefly, she plays the good female Terminator. I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this show. There's ideas in this. When you go back to watch this, there's ideas in this that you see that have been picked out and used in some of the later Terminator films, in fact. Garrett Dillahunt, who's an actor that I quite enjoy, he plays the Terminator in this. Very good. Yeah, it's a solid series. It's a shame it got cancelled and we didn't get to see conclusion to it. But there we go. And then we have a bootleg for Terminator Zero, the Netflix Terminator show, which again in itself I really enjoyed. I thought that was a great continuation of the Terminator franchise. I really did. So I'll try and make some room here because I'm going to have to sort of pack this stuff behind me. So we're going to try and work our way down like this. So first up we have a series that lasted for 2 seasons, and it is LA's Finest. You may recognise that girl from the Bad Boys franchise, and also Jessica Alba stars as well. And this is actually a spin-off TV series from Bad Boys. She's the character that she played in Bad Boys. Was it Bad Boys 2 she was in, I think? Yeah. And it lasted 2 seasons. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it at all. 4 disc sets, both of them. Good stuff. And then we have the TV series season 1 of About a Boy. And I have season 2 on a burnt disc, just one that I burnt myself. Season 2 didn't get a physical media release as far as I'm aware. But I did get season 1. It starred, what's her name? The girl's name is just Minnie Driver. That's the name I was searching for. Minnie Driver stars in this. Now, I'd never seen About a Boy, the Hugh Grant film. Saw this TV show first. I thought the TV show was very good, very funny. This geezer was very good in it. The relationship between him and the boy was good. Minnie Driver was great in it. I then thought I'd watch the film, the Hugh Grant film, and it was, I didn't like it at all. I much prefer the TV show. Next up, we have the complete Blu-ray series of Stargate Atlantis. Now, we saw season 1 of Stargate SG-1 in the last episode. I think the other Stargates are up here. So, all 100 episodes of Stargate Atlantis. Lasted 5 seasons. It starred a young... my mind's gone to be blank today. Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa starred, I think, from about season 2 onwards in this. I enjoyed Stargate Atlantis. It was a decent show. Yeah, it was good. And then we have Stargate Universe, where we have season 1 on Blu-ray and season 2 on DVD. This show, for me, this was fantastic. I really loved this show as a Stargate series. Obviously, it was far darker than what Stargate had ever given us before. Very much shades of grey between the main characters, a lot of conflict between them. Unfortunately, 2 seasons in and it got cancelled, which I understand, because much like Star Trek, you know, you'd had however many seasons of Stargate SG-1, which went on for like 9 seasons or 10 seasons, something like that. Then you had 5 seasons of Atlantis. People were burnt out on Stargate, and this was, it was a shame, because it was really good. It was a really good series. But there we go. We never did get the end of it. That being said, it did end in... Oh, no, they did continue it in comic form. I do have them. Not that I can tell you much about them, but there we go. And here we have, still sealed, we have Breaking Bad. I picked up for $11.99. Still sealed, yeah. I had it on Blu-ray prior to this, that I picked up cheap, and then when I could get this for $11.99 with any purchase in HMV, I thought I'd upgrade to Blu-ray. It was a very good series. You know, what can I say? It is a great series. I've never watched it on Blu-ray though. But Walter White, yeah. Now, I hadn't watched Breaking Bad. I didn't watch it when it first began. In fact, the whole series was finished. All 5 seasons of it had been done and gone. And then I thought, let's watch them. And I watched all 5 seasons in very quick succession. It was very enjoyable watch. And we have the steelbook for El Camino, which is a Breaking Bad movie, the sort of continuation of the Jesse character. Yeah, was it needed? I don't know. It hasn't stuck with me. It's not overly memorable, but there we go. Okay, moving on. 5 seasons for the next one. And we have season 1 of Fringe. Season 2 of Fringe. Season 3 of Fringe. I don't need to keep saying Fringe, do I? Season 4. And finally, the complete 5th season of Fringe. Again, a series that I really liked. It was, you know, alternate worlds and all this sort of stuff. And, yeah, it was, you know, what can I say about it? It was a good series. Moving on. We have seasons 1 and 2 of Falling Skies. Season 3. Season 4. Season 5. What was his name? Noah Weil, I think his name was. I enjoyed this show. I like the concept of it. You know, alien invasion type thing, aftermath. Aliens are taking over the world, sort of stuff going on. Very Walking Dead in its aesthetic and in its feel. and I like that sort of rundown future, that kind of a thing. Whether it be zombies or aliens, I like that take. The problem with this show is its identity kept changing with almost every season, and because different showrunners came in, and it just felt like it didn't maintain what it was meant to be at the beginning. It sort of ended up being something else. That wouldn't, and I hate that when showrunners keep changing on a show and it goes in a direction they want it to go in, not the direction that was initially conceived for it. But there we go. Then we have a volume 4, and I do have the other somewhere, of House of Cards with Kevin Spacey. Let's get that out of the way, because there's not much I can say about that, really. Okay, let's get into this lot. There's a lot here. There's a lot of these. There is a lot of these. Wow. Okay, let's do these first. Okay, so first of all, let's take a look at that. I picked up season 3 of the following. Season 1 and 2 are somewhere else as well. Like I said, when I moved in this house about 6 months ago, I just threw everything on the shelves as they came. A lot was together. Certain odds and sods weren't. So, there we go. I just need to sort them out. So anyway, what do we have here? We have Better Call Saul. Season 1. Season 2. Season 3, 4, 5, and 6. Obviously, Saul Goodman, the spin-off character from Breaking Bad. Yeah, I really like Better Call Saul. I think it's a great show. It's obviously not as fast a paced as what Breaking Bad is. But it formed its own identity. It's a very enjoyable, an enjoyable watch. I do like it a lot. And then we have, okay, it's going to get awkward here. Oh, this is like almost an entire bloody shelf. Okay, so we have Walking Dead. Okay, so let's go through these Walking Deads. So we have season 1 of The Walking Dead. Okay, obviously it was from the director of The Shawshank Redemption and producer of The Terminator. So we have season 1 of The Walking Dead. Then we have season 2 of The Walking Dead. We have season 3. See how the box sizes, they were thin boxes, thick box. Then we have season 4, back to a thin box. I hate the way these boxes change, but it is what it is. So that's season 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have season 5, season 6, and season 7. Season 8. Season 9, and season 10, and season 11. I'll talk about them in a minute. Let me carry on. So that's season, 8, 9, 10, 11 seasons of the proper Walking Dead show. And then we've got the various spin-offs. So we have Fear the Walking Dead, season 1. Fear the Walking Dead, season 2. Season 3. Season 4. Killing her off was, Season 5. Yes, I know she came back. Season 6. season 7 and season 8 of Walking Dead. Obviously Madison came back, she was killed off, wasn't she, in season 4, halfway through, and it became the Morgan show, and then they sort of you didn't see her death on screen, so it was always sort of didn't it happen, but they managed to bring her back into it, which was great because Madison was a good character, but we'll get on to that. And then we have Well Beyond season 1, Well Beyond final seasons, 2 seasons of that. Then we have Tales of the Walking Dead, which is the anthology show with, you know, different episodes focusing on different people in different parts of the Walking Dead universe. Then we had season 1 of Dead City, with season 2 on the horizon this year, the Negan and Maggie show. Then we have what is arguably the best of the spin-off series, which is Daryl Dixon, which ironically was the one I was least looking forward to. Turned out to be the best one. So that's season 1. We have season 2. Obviously it's going to come to UK, season 3, where it's going to be set. And then we have The Ones Who Live, the Rick and Michonne series. So Walking Dead, that's a lot. There's a lot of shows there. So the main Walking Dead show, I've followed Walking Dead all the way through. I know that a lot of people dropped off, got tired of it. I understand that completely. Didn't like certain things that happened, direction it went in, things like that. Totally understand. Now, I was aware of the Walking Dead prior to the TV show through the comics. I read all the comics, not prior to the TV show because they run concurrent. So TV show was on, the comics were continuing. I read the comics up to the end. And Walking Dead always kind of meandered through that comic book storyline, and it did towards the end as well. All the major events happened, the Commonwealth, the Whisperers, all that sort of stuff. It did all occur. I really like Walking Dead. Okay, yeah, I love the Walking Dead. What can I say? You know, Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, a bit ropey when it started. It took a while to get going. But Madison, the main character, that woman, she grew into a great character, right? She could rival Rick in Walking Dead, seriously. And then they decided to kill her off and brought in Morgan to run the show, and the feel and look of the show completely changed. It was like a completely new TV series, something completely different. You know, they could have named it something completely different and ended Fear the Walking Dead, but it was it continued and this sort of a thing. And you know, there's some good stuff in there, some good characters that come in, drop out. Morgan himself is yeah, he's not a great character, in my opinion. They brought what's her face back, the woman who's I just said her name, didn't I? They brought her back into it anyway, and it just didn't. Although it was great to have her back, you know, the actress as that character, to me it just never felt like it was what it was meant to be. This is not the character who would have been had you not sort of off-screen killed her off, on-screen, off-screen killed her off. This is not who she would have become. This is not where she would have been. It would have been completely different for her. Logically, it would have been. And that's all I see with it, unfortunately. And then, obviously, you got Well Beyond, the 2-season Walking Dead thing, which was conceived as a 2-season thing. It didn't get cancelled early or anything like that. Probably the weakest, the Walking Dead series. And then you have, like I said, Walking Dead Tales of, the anthology show. And it was okay. It had some good ones in there, had some rubbish ones in there. And then you got the spin-off series, you know, Dead City with Negan and Maggie. I was really looking forward to that. It didn't live up to the promise for me. However, I'm hoping season 2 does. Daryl Dixon blew me away. I thought it was really good. I weren't expecting much from it because I thought Daryl was overplayed, very much so. Not really leading man material either, but it turned out to be a great series. And yeah, I'm looking forward to season 3. And then you've got the Rick and Michonne one, Those Who Live, which again was pretty disappointing, to be honest, but there we go. What can you do? Not a lot, but yeah, anyway, so let's move on, shall we? Okay, so let's go on this top shelf. So here we have a one-off series, short series with Tom Hiddleston called The Night Manager, which I enjoyed. You know, it was a decent mini-series. Then we have Big Little Lies. I bought that cheap and I never got around to watching it. I don't know whether it had a second season or what. But, you know, you've got Nicole Kidman, Reese Witherspoon. Oh, Shailene Woodley don't really do nothing for me. But there we go. And I don't know where I've put them now, but now we have those first 2 seasons of The Following with Kevin Bacon. I'm wondering where I'll put that other season now. Probably behind me. Yeah, The Following. I really enjoyed this. Kevin Bacon I really like as an actor. And also the other geezer in it. Jim, is it Purfoy? Something Purfoy is his name. Yeah, Connie Nielsen is in it as well. That's good. James Purfoy. Purfoy is in it. Yeah, that was a good show. It was a good show. I'm going to put it down there. Oh, no, here it is. Look. I put it on the floor. So season 3 there. I still did get the stickers off. So that's the complete series of that, which is great. Let's keep them together. Then we have, I picked this up for £2. Anime Genlock. The complete first season. Not watched it yet. But there we go. Okay, moving on. I've only got the first 2 seasons of this. I know it went a bit longer. And it is a Bosch. Which I really enjoyed. But I don't know what happened. I kind of lost track of it. And I think there's a Bosch Legacy as well, or something like that show. Titus Welliver, I think his name is. Yeah, even season 3 now I got as a burnt disc, what I burnt myself at one point, to watch. But yeah, I enjoyed Bosch, but maybe it's one to keep an eye on. Get the others. That's my tortoise. He's like just banging around in there. There he is, look. He's banging around. You've probably heard the banging throughout the video. I've tried to ignore it, but there we go. So there he is. He can go down and crawl around the floor a bit. Okay, moving on. We're sort of nearly to the end. Even though I've got a whole back shelf to do. So we have here, still sealed, because I had them as American discs. And then I wanted the UK ones. I wanted to get rid of the American ones. I sold the American ones on. Got UK editions of Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. As you can see, they are still sealed. I used to have a lot of these on VHS back in the day. That's year 1, year 2, and year 3. So you got year 1, which is just volume 1. Well, volume 2 is the War Years. Volume 3, the Years of Change. 10 DVD collection on that one. Yeah, the Indiana Jones TV series, Young Indiana Jones, which became more of a sort of tried to be more educational than what it did adventure. I didn't mind it. I like the geezer who went on to play Indiana Jones. I can't remember his name now. Someone can remind me in the comments, no doubt. But I enjoyed it. What can I say? Yeah. Harrison Ford does appear in one episode. He's Indiana Jones, but bearded. He's got a beard. You can see his scenes on YouTube. The reason he's got a beard is because he was filming The Fugitive at the time of filming that. yeah, he only bookended a film or a couple of episodes sort of thing, as it was before they put into films. But yeah, so Indiana Jones, young Indiana Jones. And then let's have a look here now. Let's move on, because I had these twice. I do have these twice, as you can see, because I showed them last week. But I've still got my Region 1 Stargate SG-1 box set. The reason I have them twice is because I bought a season for my son to watch, because he couldn't play American discs, so I got them cheap, lent them to him, he gave them back to me. I've still got season 1 and like that and like this. So I'm not going to go for all these basically, because I'll show you why. Okay, so all of these here are Stargate SG-1. You've got season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4, season 5, season 6, season 7, season 8, season 9, all the way up to season 10. Okay, a whole shelf of Stargates there. Okay, it's a shame these didn't get a Blu-ray release. I'd have loved them too. And then we have the Ark of Truth there, the film. And I do have Stargate Continuum as a Blu-ray disc. It's on the Blu-ray section in the S's. So yes, so this is all Stargate. Okay, so I'm not going to start pulling them all out. You know, you get the gist. Richard Dean Anderson, I liked his Jack O'Neill. He was very good in it. Yeah, so all these Stargates, that's all of them. And that is everything on the shelf. So what I'm going to do is just step away for a minute. Okay, so like I said, a decision had to be made. What TV series would I take? You know, if I could only pick one TV series here to keep, what would I take? So, you know, like I did with Star Trek, I chose Star Trek Deep Space Nine. So I'm not going to, I can't include all of the Walking Deads as one series, because, you know, they're spin-offs and that sort of a thing, and I have to look at it like that. So it would either be like, I can take Walking Dead, or I can take Fear the Walking Dead, this sort of a thing. But then you've got Breaking Bad in there, which is a great show. And, you know, so although it pains me to let The Walking Dead go on this occasion, although I'm not, it's just for a bit of fun in it, nothing's going anywhere, the show that I would take is Stargate SG-1. Yeah, Stargate SG-1. Obviously, it's much akin to Star Trek in a sense, but the primary reason I would take this over The Walking Dead is tonally, Walking Dead is one thing all the way through. You know, it's quite dark, it's quite gritty, this sort of a thing. But with Stargate, like with Star Trek, you get the fun episodes, you get the funny episodes, the amusing episode. You get an episode where some of it's done as, a little bit of it's done as puppets. You get the Groundhog Day episode, which was a lot of fun. Even though I don't really like Groundhog Day storytelling, that time repeating itself, you know, and when it hits the sci-fi and the drama, it's really good. Stargate is. Did it overstay its welcome a bit? Probably to a degree, you know, with Richard Dean Anderson leaving it, and then Ben Browder and what's-her-face from Farscape taking over. But, you know, it's a damn fine TV show that I still adore today. I really do. You know, I'm still hoping on a sort of a new series. I know there's talk of it. Will it be as good as what came before? Probably not. But yeah, you know, Stargate, they took the film and they, like Highlander, the TV series did, it took the idea of the film and it opened it up logically and cleverly, opened it up to new things. And to me, you know, as much as I like Kurt Russell, but in Stargate film he's got a stupid haircut, Richard Dean Anderson made the character of Jack O'Neill his own. He really did. And yeah, that's my choice. Anyway, that's me done for another one, and next episode we'll peruse this shelf here and everything thereon. See you on the next one. Take care.